Thanks so much for watching this Allbooked demo video. This video is designed to give you an overview of Allbooked's most important capabilities. We're going to cover a few different areas today. We're going to spend a couple minutes at the beginning giving an overview of what Allbooked is and who it was built for. Then we're going to spend the vast majority of the time actually going through Allbooked's product, including a few top priority feature areas. Lastly, we're going to share a few resources for learning more. So what is Allbooked? Allbooked was founded in 2013 by a group of friends who owned an indoor sports center in Melbourne, Australia. They wanted an easy way for their customers to book their spaces, but they didn't feel like any of the solutions they saw on the market fit their needs, so they decided to build something better. From the beginning, their goals for the system were threefold. First, they wanted the booking experience for their customers to be seamless. Second, they wanted really flexible rules and logic that saved them administrative time. Third, they wanted to be able to charge money for spaces using flexible pricing rules. You'll see all three of those goals and more come through in today's demo. Today, Allbooked is used by over 4,000 facilities across the world. It's been used by over 1 million unique users and driven over $1 billion in revenue for our customers. Allbooked is focused on anyone trying to make it easier for their customers, members, and the community to book their bookable spaces. Some of our top industries include athletic facilities, event venues, community spaces, including community centers, rec centers, and religious spaces, creative studios like music studios, art studios, and dance studios, and co-working spaces. Allbooked offers 3 different plans designed to match organizations of all shapes and sizes. For more information on our plans, please visit allbooked.com/pricing. With all that said, let's get into the demo. I'm going to create this demo using a brand new trial created on allbooked.com. You can start your own trial by going to allbooked.com and clicking Get Started Free right here in the top right corner. I'm going to go ahead and create this trial, and I'm going to enter some basic information as I go here. And I'm going to say up front that I'm going to create this trial from the point of view of a golf simulator. And so my venue is going to be Andrew's Golf Simulator. Andrew's Golf Simulator will be my URL, which you can always change this later. I'm going to enter my name and get started. And so in giving examples here, I'm going to give a lot of golf simulator examples just to pick an example. Obviously, you can apply this to your own industry and your own use case. First, I'm going to enter the spaces that I want to be bookable. Don't worry if you have more than 3. We'll come back to adding more later. So I'm just going to start by adding Bay 1, Bay 2, Bay 3. Next, I'm going to create user tags for all the types of people that we'll be booking. We'll come back to how those are used shortly. So let's say I have members, let's say I have customers who are not members, and let's say I have staff. I'm going to skip this last step here and go straight to building my account. Now that we've started our Allbooked trial, let's get into some of the key features that Allbooked offers. Goal number 1 in Allbooked is to create a beautiful booking interface for your customers. Your booking experience has to be enjoyable and seamless. Your customers are busy, they aren't always tech savvy, and their experience booking a space will impact about how they feel about your organization overall. First, let's customize this interface to your organization. Allbooked gives you the ability to choose your organization's color and upload your own logo, and those will be displayed on the interface that your customers see. So I'm going to select blue as my color here, and I'm going to choose a logo file to upload. And you're going to see here, I'm going to refresh the page. You're going to see that now my interface is updated to reflect that. Second, let's finish up setting up spaces. I set up 3 spaces during onboarding, but let's say that my golf simulator actually has 4 bays. So I'm going to add a 4th space here called bay number 4. From here, I'm also going to add some more information to my spaces. I'm going to go into bay number 1 and I'm going to add a description. So I'm going to say this is a premium bay for left and right-handed players. with capacity for 4 players. And I'm going to go upload a visual here. And you have the ability to upload even more information about your spaces as you see fit. Third, let's add some color rules here. Color rules are designed to make it easy for your staff to see what's on schedule for today and to take action as needed. I'm going to set up 2 rules here. I'm going to say that bookings are red when they are unpaid, so that staff can easily follow up on unpaid bookings. And I'm going to say that bookings are purple when they are birthday parties, so that the staff knows to put out special birthday decorations for birthday parties. Let's look at how this shakes out in the booking interface. This is the screen your customers will actually use to book spaces. They can see what spaces you have available, and by clicking info, they can see more information about that space. They can then easily create a booking as easy as selecting a time, clicking book here, selecting their title, and clicking confirm. It's as easy as that. And if you want to make them add additional information, you can. But if you want to keep it minimal, it can be as easy as that. Here's what the screen looks like with a bunch of bookings created. Lastly, in addition to the grid view for bookings, Allbooked also offers floor plans as a premium feature. This lets the user click the space they want to book on a map, so bay number 3 here, and then select a time and book the space for that time. Let's move on to talk about Allbooked's rules engine. The goal of the rules engine is to regulate which bookings are allowed versus aren't allowed. We don't want you to have to worry about users creating bookings that they weren't supposed to, or having to spend time manually supervising bookings. We want Allbooked's built-in logic to do the work for you. We offer a few types of rules. The first is conditions. These are primarily used to regulate the length of a booking. I'm going to create a condition here that bans bookings of longer than 3 hours. So I'm going to say booking is not allowed if its duration is greater than 3 hours. I'm also going to create an exception for this, which is I'm going to say that staff are exempt from this rule. So I'm going to say if the holder set of tags contains none of staff, so meaning this rule will only be enforced if the person trying to do the booking is not a staff member. Quotas are the next type of rule we offer. Quotas are exactly what they sound like. They limit the total number of hours a user can book per time period. I'm going to create a rule where members are limited to 10 hours of bookings per month. So I'm going to say maximum of 10 hours of bookings per calendar month across all spaces, but I could limit it by space if I wanted to. Buffer time rules are time between bookings. Let's say you want to have 30 minutes between bookings so that you can clean the space and reset it. I'm going to say that for every space, we're going to enforce a buffer time of 30 minutes between bookings, meaning if a booking ends at 2 o'clock, let's say, the next person isn't allowed to book until 2:30. Lastly, booking windows prevents users from booking too far in advance or too soon to the booking. I'm going to create a rule that says the users cannot create a booking within an hour of that booking starting. So I'm going to say all users can't make a booking for any space less than 1 hour in advance, because I don't want people showing up at the last minute. Now that I've created those rules, they're automatically in effect. Let's see how they play out. If I try to create a booking of less than 1 hour in advance, you're going to see that I'm going to be rejected from creating that booking because it does not meet the advanced notice requirements that we set in our rules. Likewise, if I try to create a booking of longer than 3 hours, let's say I try to create one here that's 4 hours, you're going to see that I get this error message on the top here that I'm not allowed to create a booking for more than 3 hours. So it's going to reject me from creating that booking. The end result is only the bookings that you want to be allowed to happen will happen. Let's move on to pricing and payments. To control the price that your customers are charged for bookings, we'll go to the pricing tab here. Your pricing can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. For example, We can set a rule that's as simple as all my spaces are priced at $10 an hour, no matter the space, no matter the time. However, you can also set more complex rules to try to optimize for pricing. For example, we can set different prices for different times. So let's say that my simulator is busier on weekends than on weekdays. I'm going to say that there is a $10 an hour on weekdays, but then I'm going to say that it's going to be $15 an hour on weekends. So it's a higher price on weekends. You can also set different prices for different users. So I'm going to say that members get a discounted price of $8 an hour no matter the time. So I'm going to say that the rate is $8 per hour if the holder set of tags contains any of members. I can also set different prices for different lengths of bookings. So let's say I'm going to say that all day bookings here, which is bookings that are greater than or equal to 8 hours, are just going to cost a flat rate of $50, right? So I'm just going to say it's just a flat price, for an all day booking. And more. These rules really are quite flexible, and so you can use them however suits your business. Setting up pricing rules ensures that your customers will see a price for their bookings, but it doesn't mean that their credit card will be charged. To enable credit card charges, we have to go to the Online Payments tab here. Allbooked integrates with Stripe for payment processing. To enable online payments, you have to create a Stripe account, then copy the keys from that account into Allbooked. Stripe is currently the only payment processing option we offer. Setting up a Stripe account typically only takes a few minutes, but for the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to use test mode. Let's see how all this looks for your customers. Now, when they go to create a booking, they will be shown a price for that booking, and they'll also be asked for their credit card. There's still only one screen for the customer to create their booking, so it's a really quick, seamless experience. Let's move on to integrations. There are 2 integration types I want to highlight today. The first is the embedded scheduler. The embedded scheduler is a really powerful option that lets you embed the Allbooked booking interface onto your website. To do this, it's just going to take a few simple steps. I'm going to go to the Integrations tab here. I'm going to go to the Embedded Scheduler section, and I'm going to click Enable iframe Embedding. And I'm going to select this little tiny piece of code, and I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to go to my website editor. So I'm supposing here that I'm creating a website in Wix, but I could just as easily be creating it in Squarespace or any other similar website editor. And I'm going to have a section where I want to drop the Allbooked booking interface. In that section, I'm going to click Add Elements, Embed HTML, and now I'm just going to paste that code there and click Update. Now I have this box and I can stretch it out and make it the size that I want it to, where the Allbooked booking interface is going to appear on my website. So now customers are actually going to be able to go to my website and book one of my spaces directly on my website. The second integration type I want to highlight is app integrations using Zapier. Zapier is an integration and automation software solution. Allbooked has a connection to Zapier, and Zapier has a connection to thousands of other systems. You can use the Zapier product to use triggers in Allbooked to create actions in other systems. We have a whole menu of options here that you can use with Zapier, but this is really just the tip of the iceberg. If you go to Zapier.com, any solution they have listed on there as being integrated with Zapier is available to integrate with Allbooked. We've seen people use Zapier integrations to set up a wide range of actions and integrations, including lighting and HVAC integrations. So think automatically turning on lighting in HVAC systems at the time that a booking starts, integrations with locks and access management systems. So automatically sending your customers an access code to enter into the lock for the time of their booking, integrations with accounting systems. So automatically syncing data with QuickBooks or with whatever your accounting system is, and much, much more. This is incredibly flexible. Zapier lets you integrate Allbooked with nearly any system that's out there. Lastly, let's move on to analytics and reporting. Analytics and reporting are designed to give you insights about how your spaces are being used. They're designed to be actionable. There are a bunch of charts on this page, but I'm going to highlight a few of them. First, you're going to see this chart here that's going to show what times of the week, so both times and days, your spaces are the busiest. You can use this data for things like staffing decisions, so let's make sure we have staff for our busiest times. For setting prices, right? So maybe we're going to set a lower price for less busy times to encourage people to come in. Or scheduling maintenance or downtime. So let's say I'm going to schedule downtime for a time when it's normally less busy. If I scroll down here, top spaces is another really helpful chart. This will show you which of your spaces are the busiest. This can help you make decisions about how to price different spaces and can help you make decisions about how to optimize your space setup. So for example, let's suppose that you're a facility that has both tennis courts and pickleball courts, and this chart says that your pickleball courts are much busier. You might want to reconfigure a couple of your tennis courts to be pickleball courts to optimize the utilization of those spaces. And then lastly, on the left here, you're going to see a list of your top users. These are going to be your users that have the most bookings and are booking the most hours. These are your most valuable customers, and so you might want to engage with these customers in a special way. All of this can be filtered at the top by both time range. So I can say, for this week, for the last 3 months, for a whole bunch of different time ranges. And it can be filtered for different user tags. So I can say, hey, show me how my members are using the space different from other user types. You're able to do any of those filters and more at the top here. So again, this is flexible and this is only the tip of the iceberg. But the idea is to give you a clear picture into how your spaces are being used. Hopefully the features we showed in this video were helpful, but we've really just scratched the surface. Allbooked has quite a few bells and whistles. There are 2 additional resources I'd point you towards that can be quite helpful. The first is our support center, which you can find at this URL, support.sketa.com. The support center has detailed articles about nearly every feature we offer and is constantly kept up to date. So if I want to search here, for example, I've got a question about pricing rules that I want to see more about, I can search that at the top here. And there's a whole article here that outlines how our pricing rules work, including an in-depth video, including screenshots, including additional details. The second resource I point you towards is our support team. You can reach our support team anytime by chatting the little chat icon in the bottom right of any Allbooked screen here and sending them a message, or by emailing them at info@allbooked.com. Our support team is staffed by real humans 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and typically responds within a couple minutes. They're extremely knowledgeable about our product and would love to help you out. Thank you so much for watching this demo video, and thank you for considering Allbooked. We hope we'll have a chance to work with you and your venue.